Estoy comiendo mierda, tremendo mierda.
Ma la pappa, ma sei le cose che desperdicio.
Oh, snap, ladies and gentlemen. You thought I had forsaken you, didn't you? You're like, where the hell is this dude? Crawling out from under hurricane wreckage, people. Okay, yeah, how do you feel now? Bet you feel a little bit guilty, don't you? You're over there judging me. Didn't he put up a little banner on his YouTube page saying there'd be a new episode every Sunday? Someone's a liar. Meanwhile, I'm over here running into burning houses, picking up cars so I can get the babies that are stuck underneath them and return them to their mothers like a hero? The hurricane didn't really affect me. It kind of just stepped over my house like, nah, I see you guys. You're pretty stressed out as it is. It's fine. I'm gonna go over there. Hey, you with the above ground swimming pool. Brace that ass, I'm coming. For those of you who don't know, that's how Irma talks. She's sassy. This has been a weird hurricane for me. In other places, it was tragic, life-changing, horrific. You know, the range of sadness is pretty wide. On one side, you have, like, lives that have been totally uprooted and just wrecked. And on the other, you have, like, a millionaire who lost one of his 47 houses. So it's like, it's a wide spectrum, is what I'm saying. And where do I fall between there? Not even. I'm not even in the spectrum. I'm like outside of it going, what happened? I mean, okay, not that I wanted to partake in that spectrum. It's not like I wanted the house to make out with a category 4 hurricane, people. But the point is, this is what happens when you don't get picked for the basketball team in middle school. You end up feeling left out, even from the heinous things. I could see like a beatdown happen 3 blocks away and be like, hey, why didn't I get kicked? It's a weird psychological thing. I actually did try out for the basketball team in middle school, which still blows my mind to this day, because I'm not tall, and I never really was good. I was never good at basketball. I don't know what, I guess back then I was like, I can dribble. I know what a basket is. I'm gonna dominate. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm not tall? So what? So what? You see this big ass head? I'm gonna grow into this head, so you better watch yourself making fun of my height. I never grew into this head. I swear, I really do think maybe that was subconsciously one of the reasons why I tried out. I'm like, what? I'm gonna be tall eventually. Can't have a head this big and feet this big and hands this big and not become 6'4". Give me a break. It's possible. It is possible to be a freak of nature. This head was meant for something greater, people. Right now there's a trucker going, yeah it is. It's not what I'm talking about. I meant it's supposed to be for a taller body, wider body, you know? But then again, nobody really wins. No, who am I kidding? A lot of people win. A lot of people win the biological symmetry game, but there's also a lot of people that don't. I know a guy who is very tall, so height-wise, he grew into his head, but width-wise, this guy looks like he's standing in front of a funhouse mirror permanently. It's just super squished. It's just a thin, lanky frame. He's like Slender Man. He's just squished in and has like no shoulders, no discernible muscle tone whatsoever. So we each get dealt the hand that we get dealt, people. That's what I'm saying. On one hand, you got Slender Man that I know over there, and then you got me with an average-sized body, but a head, hands, and feet that look like hand-me-downs from an older brother I never met. Here, you can make better use of these, little guy. Thanks, Billy. Height's a funny thing, especially if you're of average height. Because if you're of average height, you're not really short or tall. It just depends on who you're standing next to. Okay, if you're of average height and you feel short, that's on you. You've got too many tall friends. Okay, start doing something about it. Stop going to NBA games. Move the hell out of Sweden. Do things. Do things that make you feel huge. Every Monday and Wednesday, go to a hobby store. Stand next to those little fake trains. Hold the model planes in your hand like you're King Kong and just, you'll feel like a giant. Plus, what am I talking about? That place will be full of children. You'll feel double as tall. You'll be like, look at me. Look upon me and tremble. People of the Shire, I'm gonna take a dump on Bag End. Gandalf, I just cleaned the place up. Why would you do that? Shut up, Bilbo, and get me a drink. Gandalf, why do you sound American when you're drunk? I don't know, Bilbo. Okay, why do you sound British when you don't exist? Well, I prefer English, but touche. But where does the height worry come from, people? Where's the source of this, of why we even give a crap about height? I think it's safe to say it comes down to romantic issues. Deep down, I think it's safe to say that's what makes most aesthetic worries happen. I'm too tall, I'm too short, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm too ugly, I'm too f***ing handsome. People can't handle it. You know, all those different It's things you think you're too this, too that, not enough this, not enough that. It's all a matter of you thinking, will somebody dig my combo? Will somebody look at me and go, okay, let's give this a whirl. That's what it comes down to. Because if it weren't for that, I think most of us, at least certainly most of us living in countries that have a very big entertainment industry and a lot of ads and a lot of, magazines and blah, blah, blah that let you look at people who just, they got it going on. Look at that chiseled jawline, that booty. Isn't that the worst accent to have if you want to say that word? Holy smokes, look at that booty. Wasn't that actually like pirate slang at some point? How did that go from pirate slang for like bounty to becoming dat ass? Somebody probably just like found an enormous amount of money one day and was like, "Hey, you know what's as good as this treasure? A fine ass. Aye, that should be booty from now on. I second that notion." Alright, who shot William? It was I. I'm sorry, I was celebrating and I pulled the trigger. Ah, well. Good. We didn't like him much, did we? That's what it is, though, people. That's what it is. We look around and we're like, will somebody dig what I have to offer? Will somebody dig my deck of cards? My one lower testicle than the other? Will they dig it? Will my uneven tits bring any boys to the yard? That being said, I know it's not 100% that. It's not all about what will the other person think. There's also that baseline aesthetic standard, I guess, that we all have. I'm sure it's like a mix. It's a mix of that aesthetic standard and the thought of what will X person think? What will Y person think? What will Z person think? That's why we get up from bed and don't just slap on clothes and go to work. That's why we go to the mirror and look and like, oh, Jesus, I look like hell. All right, let me shave. Or white girls go up to the mirror and like, oh my God, these bags. Gotta put some cucumbers or whatever the hell they do. I don't know. Gotta put some avocado on my forehead. I gotta know, does the cucumber thing do anything? Does it do anything? I really want to know. I've seen this across movies and shows, and I don't trust the media anymore, so I don't know how much of this is just like the cucumber industry trying to find another way to sell them. All right, people, the meeting's underway. Listen, here's the deal. People aren't eating them enough. Okay? We're not selling enough of these cucumbers, so ideas. Yes, you.
Well, I was just thinking, like, maybe we could convince people to, put it on their face?
That is stupid. Somebody get on that. Call Universal, call Disney. Let's get things moving, people. Hands in. 1, 2, 3. Cucumber! It's possible. It's possible. It's also possible that I'm totally wrong and that there's a lot of health benefits to putting this stuff on your face. All I know is they didn't pick me for the team. They didn't pick me for the team, guys. I think that was, in a weird way, my final attempt at a picturesque American life. That was my attempt at, like, being one of these kids from these movies and TV shows. This was my version of Alley Cat Strike from the old golden era of Disney Channel. This was my time, and my time was poorly timed, because, yeah, that didn't go well. I missed every shot I could have missed. It was quite a hilarious, embarrassing thing. And I say thing because it wasn't a moment. That's what makes it funny. It wasn't like I missed a shot. You know what I mean? It's not like I missed one layup and that was the whole trial. Like, dude, didn't make it. It went on. They had us in like a ring pattern that would just keep rotating, and you would just keep running up to the net and trying to make a shot. I missed maybe like 4, 5 times, and that circle just kept going. It was like a hypnotizing spiral of shame, and by the end of it, I was just like, what the hell am I? I don't even know if I made it to the end of the tryouts, to be honest. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure, I hope I didn't. I hope I left halfway. I hope I had the... I hope I had the decency and the self-respect to go, you know what? This is enough. I love myself enough to only embarrass myself up to this point. And now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go home and watch some Chappelle Show. Yeah, that was kind of like the end of my super vibrant American, what was I going to say? Yeah, that was kind of like, that was basically the end of my like super vibrant, imaginary, old school American upbringing that I was imagining I was going to have, There was no varsity team, people. I didn't go to prom. We didn't make fun of some little blonde girl until she murdered all of us with her psychic powers. None of that happened. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Speaking of Stephen King and his ever-blossoming King-verse that's happening across the frigging entertainment industry, I can't wait to see it. I know it's already been out for a bit, but I just haven't made it yet. But I'm going to, and soon. I went yesterday, and then I had to leave the theater because of things, and then now I'm going to try to do it again. Either today, tomorrow, or the day after, but I'm going to do it. Can't wait to see that movie. Also, I'm going to confess to you guys right now. You're about to be my priest. Here you go. One of my life, I don't want to say dreams or whatever, but like one of the things I'd like to do in life would be to direct the remake of Pet Sematary. For those of you who don't know what Pet Sematary is about, it is a charming and delightful novel by Stephen King where a family moves into a new home and through the stresses of unpacking all their things, remember what truly matters in life, love and connection. That is not what happens. It's a hellacious nightmare. They find out there's an Indian burial ground behind the house. The cat dies. The dad of the family has to blow people under the highway for money. That last part doesn't happen, but it's an amazing horror story. It's just so good. It's so good. The way that book is written. That's how good it is. Makes me forget English for a second. So good. Now, the director of It, the current Stephen King adaptation that's out in theaters right now, seems to have decided that he wants to do Pet Sematary next after he, wraps up the It two-parter thing he's got going. So, all things considered, doesn't look likely for me. But if I were directing that movie, if the stars were to align and that option came to me, here's my dream cast. Here's what it would be. It would be Robert Downey Jr. as Louis Creed, Jeff Bridges as Judd Crandall, and Kathy Bates for Norma. Let's bring Kathy Bates back for a Stephen King reunion, baby. And let's see, who would play the super important role of Rachel, Louis Creed's wife and the mama of the kids in the story? See, here's where the problem comes in, where it's like, in my mind, Robert Downey Jr. looks the way he did in like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, or at least the first Iron Man. So I'm totally ignoring his current age and what he'll look like in 5-10 years. But, all right, fine. So 2008, Robert Downey Jr. would have to star with present-day Evan Rachel Wood and present-day Jeff Bridges and Kathy Bates. That would be my cast of main characters if I were to be able to leap through time and cast this movie. Yeah, but what the hell? Robert Downey Jr. could play a Louis Creed that chose to have kids a little bit later in life. It happens. It happens. David Letterman had a kid late in life. It's not it's not unheard of. Let me do a little research here. Let me see if my totally hypothetical, really unlikely scenario is possible here. Robert Downey Jr., 52. Evan Rachel Wood is 30. It's kind of pushing it. And by kinda, I mean definitely. God damn it. Fine. Okay, let's think realistically about this. If RDJ couldn't do it, Evan Rachel Wood would still be playing Rachel. Jeff Bridges would be Judd Crandall. Kathy Bates is Norma. Who would play Louis Creed? Oh snap, Jake Gyllenhaal. Boom. Problem solved. Oh, that's perfect. Or if you want to spice it up, Christopher Walken as Louis Creed. Oh, Rachel. I don't know if you've noticed, but the cat is acting a little weird. I don't feel right about it. The kids could be in danger. Louis, why do you talk this way? I've met your parents. Neither of them talk this way. Rachel, baby, listen. This is the way I talk, for better or worse. And you love it. I do. Oh, yes. And that's where everybody in the movie theater would start puking. Thanks for listening. It's been another episode of Oops, Wrong Hole. I'm your host, Ramses Ralvacast, wishing you a good night. Bye-bye.